guys, so today I'll be showing you how I got these beautiful entries last week. It's a trade recap for gold on last week, but I did not honestly expect this gap. So I'll show you how I took this using the SMC and a bit of Malaysian SNR to get this beautiful buy and sell. This buy I did not take it, but so let me show you how I got these beautiful entries using the SMC and Malaysian SNR. I took a buy here and my take profit was on my entry for sell, but here I got stopped at break even because due to the gap formed on the weekend. So let's take a trade recap on what happened last week. I've not yet paid for my trading view, so bear with me. So I'll delete all of this. So let's start. On that day, I started from the daily time frame. Again, I talked about Malaysian SNR, the key levels, just a small, how will I say it? Let me show you something small to remind you how it worked. A moment. So, I came to this A level here. Right, you can see it. I came to this A level, marked it, and it got tapped by this wick right here. I hope you people can see it. It got tapped right here, right at exactly Thursday, 21st May. It got tapped here. So what did I do? I went to the 4-hour time frame and waited for a low to be broken. This is where it got tapped. Let me put something there. Let me put maybe a small rectangle here. Right, so I waited for a previous V level to be broken, but in the 4-hour it's usually so fast. So what did I do? I went to the 1 hour. It's the same guys, the same thing that we always say every time. So in the 1 hour, the previous V level was here. Let me mark this also. There was another one. So what did you wait for? We wait for the New York session to open, right? So I'll put a vertical line. What does it open at? At 3 in my current time zone. And it was broken. It was broken at around the daytime. Actually, it was broken at around 6 early morning. Then what do? I wait for retracement during the New York session only. So I waited for retracement. So this is in the 1 hour. The key level has been broken right here. We go down, wait for V level to be broken. We have 2 here and here, but the second one was a valid one. And then what did I do? I waited for a retracement with the presence of liquidity. So let me mark out my liquidity. My liquidity was both of these actually. That was my liquidity. Let me put it well for you people to see. That was my liquidity. What did I wait for? I waited for a very good entry. So I went into the 15 minutes. I went into the 30 minutes time frame to check out for something beautiful, and I saw this fair value gap. But you know it's gold, so gold has a very high, strong momentum. But you know it's gold, so I waited for something sharper. So I went into the 15 minutes time frame to see what I could see, and I went, pardon, just a minute, and I saw this, and I saw 2 fair value gaps. So here, one, let me delete that. So here, there's this presence of good, strong liquidity right here. You can see it. It wasn't tapped yet. This came to weak out this, but it did not yet tap into the fair value gap. So it's still fresh. And there's also this, the up one. So, let me show you. So what did I do? I told myself that right here in this fair value gap, in this fair value gap, price will come and try to weak out all these stop losses for the sellers, and will try to weak it out. So I cannot have my entry right here. It can weak it out with the presence of something like I can't seem to find it path right. So I knew that price was around here that time. I knew that price obviously won't respect this because it has a presence of higher imbalances and higher liquidity up, so it will come and try to wick out with something like this, and then maybe go down. Let me use another one. Then maybe after wicking it out, it will go retrace and enter sells. That was my first thought. My second thought, it was, I knew that price will come here and sweep this liquidity, but as I told in the previous video, price usually likes to enter at between open and close candles. That's where I use Malaysian SNR in entries, even if I'm using the SMC or CRT or ICT. It uses the open and close, so I knew for a fact that this was valid. It's between two fair value gaps, and it's the end of the first fair value gap. So I came and I marked out this. Let me delete this to prevent my chart from being so noisy. Let me delete this here. So when I came, I marked out this. So this is how I entered. I entered shorts. Stop loss above this open and close candle. Stop loss was above right here because I know there's a probability of the market coming to wick me out entering that trade. So here my stop loss was right above there, something like that. Something about like that. My first take profit, as I said, if you're using the 1 hour, your take profit should be in the 4 hour. If you're using the 4 hour, your take profit should be in the daily. So my take profit was in the 4 hour low right here. My second take profit was right here, but it's clearly not yet taken out. So let's come back to the 1 hour. So my first TP was right here, and my second TP was here. But immediately after your first TP is taken out, you should put your stop loss to break even in profits. Risk management. It was on a scale of 1 to 3.89. That's nice for me. I loved it. Also, that was the first trade I took. Then there was this one. I came and I saw this order block. Let me mark it. I saw this order block. So from here, you see price took out my take profit. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful trade. So right here, first thing I saw, let me remove this line. First thing I saw in this order block, it was the first one I saw it. I saw this order block and I saw it has been mitigated right here. So I waited for a good. Now here I used SMC purely, no Malaysian SNR, no MSNR. It was just pure SMC. Order block, presence of liquidity. Let me see. This order block, it's so valid for me because it has taken out this liquidity right here. This week, it has been taken out by the order block. So that's one confirmation. Second, it has happened in a break of structure. Well, this was more of a change of character here. So it's another valid thing. And then the third thing about another block, it has left presence of unfinished business, fair value gap. The price had moved so fast it left imbalances. So it was valid for me. I did not see a good presence of liquidity. Only here, this is something small, of which I was not so sure of it. So there's this liquidity here, but it wasn't that valid. So I came into the 15 minutes. Where is it? So I came here and I spotted this. At first I tried to mark this, but I saw in the 1 hour time frame, the order block, I marked it from the week. So I went back to the 1 hour to mark it from the body itself, because I had to put my SL so tight. So that's when I came and did this. But I usually mark it from the week. So in the 15 minutes, I'm showing you how literally I did the analysis. Then let me put it a bit back down, touching the order block from the 15 minutes time frame. So it was like this. My entry was in this fair value gap here. Mine was in that fair value gap here, the 50% of it. Let me delete let me put a line to it for you people to see. a minute here in the 50% of the fair value gap, and my take profit was here waiting for my entry in the sell. I hope you've gotten it straight. My take profit was here. Let me put a forecasting tool at a long stop loss below this open and close, this open and close candle, this right here. Stop loss was some slightly below it. It was something like, it was there. My take profit was here. My first TP was here in the presence of that liquidity, because I knew it will be taken out, and I did not want to miss the entry, miss the TP because of my greediness. And my second TP was here. My third TP was obviously above this side, but it did not take it at that time because I was out. So this is how I entered it. I entered a buy using the OB. I entered a buy. Oh, right here I did not explain it well. So when I came here, I saw this change of character, and I waited for presence of liquidity to be created. If I scale into the 5-minute time frame, you people will see it better. I forgot to mention that. So you can't just enter anyhowly. You have to wait for a choke or change in state of delivery, change of character, whatever you call it. So I came here, I saw this. It broke this previous high. It broke this previous high. And so it broke that previous high. It came, created that small liquidity here. I did not enter right away. I waited for it to be swept. So when it came to sweep it here, I entered it. Stop loss above that, open and close. Below it, target. My first TP was here in the presence of this liquidity. It was smashed, obviously. The second one was right here in my entry. It was smashed. My third one was not taken out, but I got out here somewhere break even, something a bit like there. So I entered 3 trades there. It was a buy, then a sell. I entered. So this is how I took it. In the MT5, it was I was in buys, then I was in sells. Then I loved something. I loved what it did there. If I could just hold that trade for long, see, it came back to my entry, my initial entry, right here. And look at that. Honestly, I did not take this. I don't leave my trades running on the weekend due to gaps like this, due to my risk management and previous blowing of accounts. I know I cannot risk it. I left. I got out here in my sells. My first TP was taken. My second TP was right below this low. It was not taken, but at exactly around 9:50 I was out. I did not want to wait the entire weekend for this because I could have been stopped out. And that's how I took my buy, sell on gold. Yeah, thank you for watching. As always, let me just write it somewhere down for you people to remember. The same thing. MSNR daily level swept / tapped 1 hour New York session. You look for a V or A level. A V or A level to be tapped, to be broken. TP in 4-hour levels. Pardon. Yeah, basically that's it. For SMC, what we did today was basically price action. SMC, there was a 1 hour OB. How did you know it was valid? We knew it was valid because of the BOS before it, the fair value gap, and the presence of liquidity before and after, sweeping the liquidity and after. What's wrong with me? And after. Basically that's it. Oh, a choke. Another liquidity formed, then taken out. An entry. Here we target the TP. We usually target the highs and lows and other forms of resistance. There's something wrong with me today, I'm sorry. What? resistance. Yeah, so that's it. That's my trade recap for last week. So I've not yet analyzed this week's, but I'm expecting this gap to be filled. Yeah, so I'll do my fundamental analysis. Let me look at what's in it for today, and we'll see more on that. So yeah, my buy sell. I did not enter this second buy, but I wish I would have entered it, but I cannot. My discipline, my rules, I cannot violate them. So thank you for the day. Have a nice time.